Oh, I left my... hold on. Wait. Wait, FX. Wait, how do I... There. You saw nothing. No one saw anything? If you saw something... No, you didn't. Alright, well, I'm back. Hello, welcome. I'm gonna be playing more Tales of the Shire. I was originally planning on playing more Terra Classic this evening, but I think the server has sort of imploded upon itself. A lot of bad things happened. So I'm just gonna do some more of this instead. A little bit disappointed that that server just kind of fell apart like that. Because it was a good private server, but I guess that's the risk you take when you play on a private server. So now it's gone. All right. Let's see if I can remember what I was doing. Right back to hear about the village campaign. Oh, right. We're not a real village. They've shunned us. So need to get that working. I think there's going to be like steps to take to make it work or something. Gray, hello. Welcome in. I'm playing more of this today. Instead of Terra, because I just assume it's still dead, and I don't want to contend with any of that right now. I'm thinking it probably isn't going to be worth it to go back, but... Ask Nora about the letter. Okay. Easy enough. Oh.
Boppin Badger just redeemed bread.
You always show up and then make me be bread. Why always bread? Wait. Okay, she's in here. Alright, Nora, what do you want from me? I was talking to Mrs. Cotton the other day and she told me about Old Fork Hobson Hornblower. Oh, the Old Fork. Not a real village than a hamlet? Yeah, it might be a hamlet. It might be somewhere around there. Maybe an unincorporated community? Wah.
Boppin Badger just redeemed throw something at my face.
Don't throw things at my face. I do still have the fork, yes. They're trying to do refunds on Classic still. Yeah, I think at this point, even if the server could be restored, like the community's trust in it is gone. So I don't think I see it persisting beyond here, which sucks because like it was when it wasn't getting DDoSed, it was actually running really well. It was like, not tampered with. It wasn't like, 100x experience rate, 100x drop rate, any of the other weird stuff. Like it was just a really solid Classic server, and yet it is gone. Also, I think, in terms of maintaining trust or not, locking down the Discord entirely probably didn't instill a lot of trust in people. But they're trying to do refunds, that's good. And then I don't even know what's going on with the owner of the server and the allegations, the controversy. I believe it was a competitive server DDoSing them and the hack. Yeah, well then everyone was saying that the guy who ran it, and I don't know anything about this, but that he was saying that there were like 2 mods, and they were both just him, and he was just defending himself on the 2 accounts. I started reading it and then thought, like, this seems like too stupid of drama for me to even care about, so I'm probably gonna uninstall it. I think it's probably over. That's a real bummer, though, because that was like the only MMO at the moment that I was actually kind of having fun playing, other than Final Fantasy XIV, which I play on Tuesdays with a couple of friends, but I don't stream it. So it's a real bummer. I was kind of hoping we could do that dungeon tonight, actually. The old fork was part of a Bywater cutlery set, huh? Every item has been lost forever, so it's actually valuable. The scam fork ended up being valuable. Who would have known? I guess I would like to know that, yeah. Very valuable for free. Nice, free fork. Alright, I think I can give her the... It says, like, I can go turn it in. I don't think I have 3 different herbs yet, though, but I think I will once my basil grows in my garden, so... Why did I click on her? I don't want to go there. Yeah, I don't know what to do about it, really, because, like, a lot of the older games have been either shut down or are currently in a state that isn't as enjoyable as they once were to play. Private servers are kind of the only thing, you know, making that work a little bit better. So I hate to see this happening with them. I mean, if the server was truly being run by only one guy who was maybe pretending to be 2 guys, or maybe not, I don't know. Like, it kind of no wonder it doesn't work out.
Big B50 just
Oh, Big B.
redeemed water the crab.
Hello.
Mini hydrate, 3 ounces.
How are you doing? I will drink the water. He's the imposter. We've been duped, bamboozled. Smeckledorfed. That's not even a word, and I agree with you. Good use of a highlighted message. Yeah, I don't know what to do with it. And I keep hearing, you know, that companies are more interested in cracking down on private servers now. I just don't know what to do with any of it. Final Fantasy XI Horizon server. Huh. I mean, I did like Final Fantasy XI quite a lot. Actually, I think I have an active subscription to it right now still. I don't think I've played it in a year. I just keep paying them. Exact competing server drama before with WoW back in the day, like around the time Kata was new. Huh. Yeah, I don't understand what the point of that is. And I guess you want people to come to your server because you're trying to make money on it, but I really think that the misstep is trying to so aggressively monetize your private server. Like, I don't know if people are thinking they can make a living on it. I really don't think that's feasible. You're not going to have a player base large enough in most cases anyway. But attacking other servers isn't really the solution. I don't know. I'm a little disillusioned with the whole thing because I think I said it on stream before. When Terra came out, I thought it was okay. I didn't like it that much. But now looking back on it, like, I don't think I knew how good we had it. Games were really good for a minute there, and we shunned all of them and let them die. And now options to play them are kind of limited. It does kind of make me want to play Ion again also, but I believe it's, like, live servers are in a weird state. I think they might have a classic version, like an official one running. But I don't know if anyone gives a shit about that. And, I don't know what the private server situation is like. Kind of a little bit spooked about private servers right now, because the last thing I want to do is spend any amount of time investing in something that's going to go away. It's too sunk in WoW when it came out. Definitely let them die. Yeah, it was... I kept going back to other games too, and like jumping between the games. I was bad about jumping between them. I mean, I still probably kind of am bad about jumping between games, but I try not to be. Not as much as I used to be. And no one really... Yeah, Terra was a little before its time, I feel like. It was one of the like first games to try to do like an MMO action combat that was actually like pretty well put together. And then we didn't really see anything else do that well for, I don't know, quite a while. After I made Elyon. What is Elyon? Do I know what that is? Didn't even know what they had. I don't know if I know what Elyon is. I will quickly Google. But if I see it, I'll know. Oh yeah. This is familiar to me. I don't think I ever played this, and it sounds like it wasn't around for very long. Oh my god, don't get me started on WildStar. I know there were some people working on a WildStar private server, but I think that WildStar in particular, a lot of the files were server side and are having to be recreated and sort of reverse engineered back into existence, and I don't think it was going very quickly or well, and well, I don't think the publisher would be kindly to it. You're glad I didn't play it? That bad, huh? Ooh, shelf mushroom. Ooh, ground mushroom. When you say DDO, do you mean Dungeons and Dragons Online? I thought that one was... That one's still up? I can't remember now. Oh no, Dragon's Dogma. I think people also abbreviate Dungeons and Dragons Online to DDO, which I actually thought that was an okay MMO. It was definitely weird for the time, and kind of a unique feel. I kind of liked what Turbine was putting out back in the day, though. Okay, that's a new type of mushroom I do not have room for. Outside's a unique one because the folks that seemed to talk about it really liked it, but it didn't last long. Yeah, I think that they were expecting it to pull just much bigger numbers than it did. But, like, everyone I know who played it loved it, I feel like. It was pretty good. And it was surprisingly challenging. Like, I felt like the combat was, like, you actually had to be kind of locked in and paying attention, which was, like, even early on in the game. It's kind of fun. Yeah, there are a couple, Japan-only MMOs that I, wanted to play, never really got to play. That, like, I wish there were, like, private servers for some type of way. People trying to reverse engineer, they're fighting each other instead of working together. See, I feel like that's a problematic attitude, and I don't know for sure, but I feel like it comes from the idea that if they're the first to do it, that they'll be able to monetize it somehow. And I think, when you're doing something with someone else's intellectual property, monetizing it should really be kind of low on your list of goals. It should be like a passion project, and then, you should maybe come up with some type of donation plan to just keep the servers running. I fear that people see it as an opportunity. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they just want the bragging rights, but yeah, I feel like we're in an age too where, like, with most games, I think I'm gonna sleep early so I can try to harvest my crops tomorrow, because I think that's where the progression lies for me. With a lot of offline games, we can preserve and archive them. We can keep these games around, but when it comes to MMOs, like, they shut down and then they're gone. You cannot return to them. And it really sucks because MMOs, more than any other game, are really like an online space that people spent time in and have fond memories of, even friendships they made there. So shutting them down feels, extra egregious to take that away. It would be nice if Stop Killing Games just had them, release the server code. I really feel like what companies could be doing, and I get why they don't want to, because again, especially if the game is still live, like, they wouldn't want the competition because that takes away from their real servers and splits the player base, but why not just license it? Allow people to run the servers, but they have to, agree to some type of licensing agreement. Maybe pay a small fee and agree to terms where it's like, you can't make World of Warcraft the sex mod, Like, whatever brand safe stuff they want, you have to agree to some degree, but then, like, a certain amount of flexibility is allowed, and then they can still, like, protect their brand, shut down servers they don't agree with, you know. Alright, are any of these harvestable? My backpack's full. Right. Once Human does something like that now, not quite to that level, but it is something. Yeah, I played a little Once Human when it first came out, and it has servers where, like, individuals can run them, I believe, right? So that's kind of a better way to do it. And also will prevent it from ever, like, totally dying, I would think. The way MMOs work, subcon games won't save them. It's the nature of the beast on how they work. It's out of scope. Yeah, because I feel like it's, like, do you have to provide all of the server side code and also, like, instructions for how to run it and, like, all of your proprietary everything? You know? Like, because that goes beyond just, like, the compiled code of the game into, you know, the back-end code, and that might not be stuff that is as easy to get them to part with or even, like, distribute, so yeah, I don't know if it will help as much. It'd be cool if it did, though. Oh, life-sized crab. Yes, I am life-sized. I am the size of a real-life crab. A small crab the size of a large crab. Okay, I'm gonna drop off everything that isn't an herb. Oh, I do have basil, okay. This is 3 different herbs, right? Yes. At Ragnarok, tons of private servers, depends on how the game is designed from the offset. Yeah. It's definitely dependent on how they structure the game and its code. Characters the size of me IRL? I guess so, yeah. I was actually looking at the setting up a private server for Ragnarok earlier today. And I mean, it's like, do it in 8 minutes, here's the instructions, there's like videos. It's like really, really easy at this point. Alright. I fed these 2 weird old guys. They liked their food. Go to the shop, Flask and I are keen to get these clubs started. Okay. Cows or chickens? I do not have cows or chickens yet. I would like to have them. It is my hope to have them soon. Nice to see the return of ORPG over MMORPG. Yeah, I feel like that would probably alleviate some of these issues too. With just like, I don't know, the effort in running an MMO server entirely. It's like with Phantasy Star Online 2 tried to go full MMORPG instead of MORPG. They made NGS, that was bad. I believe they are something I can get in game. I think I saw someone say that if you raise your like friendship level with the farmer, that you can get at least chickens. And I think probably cows too, because I know milk is an ingredient, so I'm guessing you can get both cows and chickens. Oh yeah, we were talking about the Ragnarok Online 3 in my Discord, what, a couple of days ago? I tried to go to the main website to see if I could sign up, and it doesn't load for me. I don't know if that's... I didn't try a different browser, so I might want to do that. But God, if that's good, I'm gonna be all over that. Alright, where is she? Is she in here? The birds say over there. Maybe she's up on top of her weird treehouse? Finally a game that lets you play out your wildest dreams being short. Yeah, finally. It's about damn time. Yeah, I hope Ragnarok 3 is real and good. Although, I don't know. I heard bad things about what they ultimately did with the first one. Kind of ran it into the ground. Owning a house and land. And they gave me the house for free, too, I think. Free house, gardening, a local community of people who aren't immediately hostile to you. Man, isn't that the dream? I'm pretty sure when I started this quest, it was like, you know, he's feeling a little under the weather. Can we get like a medicine? And she's like, yeah, we can make medicine. It's an herbal thing. And it's like, oh cool, which herb should I go get? And she's like, I don't really remember, just get like 3 of them and one of them will probably work. Like, what? I don't think that's... She's gonna poison someone. She's for sure gonna poison someone. I think she's just made me a medicine that I'm going to go poison someone with. Unfortunately, everything that went into it I believe was edible, but... You know, goddamn. Just like whatever herb, you know, doesn't matter. Wait, did the bird say to go this way? I keep getting distracted and losing track of the birds. I was just kind of figuring it was multiplayer online RPG, which, I mean, might be slightly redundant, but... I mean, massively multiplayer online RPG. The multiplayer and online are also redundant there, I think. I think the redundancy maybe persists. Is this the guy that I'm looking for? No, but I do need to talk to him.
Huh?
But yeah, the lobbies were not massive in PSO for sure. That was just kind of a... I think just standard online, really. Why would he... I don't... This guy kind of freaks me out. He's always trying to, like, make me sell things for him. I think he's trying to, like, loop me into an MLM. I'm not really about that. It's a box of old pins. Alright, how much? I'm bargaining. The registration form for Ragnarok Online 3 asks for a phone number. Why would they need that? Also, why can't I load the registration form? Yeah, Farmer Cotton buys everything this guy sells. Oh, hold on, door hinges. My door's broken. Maybe I want those. Why am I not offering to buy them? I'm gonna tell him Willow's nice. I actually don't know that I've ever heard ORPG. Like, I've definitely heard people say, like, online RPG before. I don't think I've ever seen it abbreviated. I feel like I usually would just refer to that as, like, an RPG that has multiplayer, or, you know. I don't know if I normally see it abbreviated as commonly as I see MMORPG abbreviated. MMORPG, I feel like, is like a very common abbreviation. I see ARPG a lot. Tell the truth, should probably buy those hinges. Why are the dwarves making hinges?
Yeah.
He really wants me in his MLM, I think is what's going on here. No finer hobbit to get the Bywater Village clubs up and running. What, me? What makes them think that I'm here and ready to start clubs? What did I do to suggest that I'm a club starter? Where are you gonna start? Foraging club. I have the bigger feet. I feel like Destiny is not the only game that has used the term MMO and ultimately has extremely instanced out like spaces that I would say make it not really massively anything. There was a stretch there where I think a lot of the MMOs that were being released were like, oh, here's your little like in-town area. You're actually on a separated out channel, which is like a small lobby that only has like 20 people in it. And I just feel like that isn't quite what I expect from that. I feel like a true MMO should be as non-instanced as possible. It kind of bugs me when it's an MMO and it's like, if I go to stand by this tree and one of my friends comes to stand by the tree, we aren't standing by the same tree unless we have to fuck around a bit first. Like, I want the world to feel like it is a persistent, real space, and when it doesn't, it kind of bugs me. Like, I get to, like, certain games have so many players that they need, like, channels to separate people out, but I don't know. It does kind of suck. Useless objects. Don't talk about her hobbies like that. Also, I don't think I know what a mathem is. Oh, that's a Lord of the Rings word, isn't it? Whole Mathem house and Michael Delving. Do I get to meet any of the Bagginses? I sure hope so. Only foraging for food. All right, well, let's start the foraging club then. Let's get it going, guys. All right, I'll ask Daisy and Delphi about starting a club. Now I'm responsible for a whole ass club. Hey, what do you want? Oh, you wanted the medicine. I'm gonna poison you with it. Yeah, right, okay. The cures. He's starting to feel better. But the medicine won't do him any harm. Well, it's random herbs, so I mean, I don't know. Will it do you harm? Yeah, I use the Steam MMO section pretty often when I'm like, you know, browsing for things to play, and what I see in there, I actually did poison. I genuinely did poison this man. Oh my god. he's got the shakes now. Probably fed him like a deadly allergen. Oh yeah, I've seen MMO Tycoon in there, which is a single player game. I also see some of the single player what the fuck the Sword Art Online like single player RPGs that are just narratively set in a fictional universe that had an MMO, and those are in there. And I'm like, I mean, I know that the word comes up as a keyword probably, but come on. All right, you want Delphi to make you another cure after the last cure she gave you has poisoned you. That's bold, but I like it. I like the trust. You trust the process. I did it auto-select that. Okay. So I think when you're like doing a line of quests that go one into the next, it auto-tracks them, which is kind of nice. You know what? I wouldn't be shocked if at least one of the dot hack games has slipped its way in there. It is kind of a mess, and it's not... I don't know, whenever I search by, like, show me the most popular stuff in this category based on users, it's like, here's the only 15 actual MMOs and you've played all of them. You already own all of them and you've played them. It's a bummer in a time where I wish there was something fresh. Maybe if we're lucky, Ragnarok Online 3 and Blue Protocol, some combination of them, will be good. Okay, wait, Bird, I can't go that way. You fool. These are blocked. Bird, you've misled me. Okay, are you misleading me again, or do I actually want... I think I actually want up here. Okay. Well, I think that, at least from what I've heard, and I haven't done a ton of research, Blue Protocol Star Resonance is like an overhaul of a lot of the gameplay. So it should be different than the original Japanese release. I did play the Japanese release for about 3 days before I got banned for not being from Japan. The combat was, at least for the short time I played it, pretty fresh, pretty fun. The world was, like, there were some cool parts to the cities, outside of the city, and, like, the dungeon, I did, like, 1 or 2, like, single-player story dungeons. They were okay. Like, it wasn't anything to write home about, but it was, like, good enough that I could have seen myself playing more of it. And the aesthetics in the city and, like, the characters, like, looked really good, so... I'm hearing that they are doing more with it and that the, like, dungeons will be better and stuff, so... You know, I hope that it will be good in its new release. I'm hoping they scrapped the original release and did the Star Resonance thing for a good reason, but time will tell. When you say it's not an MMO or a mobile port, oh, you mean like just the stuff in the list on Steam? Yeah, it's a goddamn nightmare in there. And yes, this anime girl is not from Japan. And I can only read a very, very tiny amount of Japanese. I've been trying to learn. I like to try so that I can do things like, you know, hop in and play games for 2 days before they ban me for using a VPN. But yeah, I don't know. It was kind of good. I mean, I couldn't read most of it. I could read some of it. I could read enough to navigate the menus, but not really, like, the story. So.
D3 Steiny82 just followed.
Destiny82, thank you for the follow. Or what did the voice say? D3 Steiny? Terrible. I'm guessing we're supposed to pronounce it Destiny, unless you'd like to be called D3 Steiny. You hear it everywhere. He needs a sour meal. I guess I can do that. That'll fix the poison? Delphi, that'll fix the poison you poisoned him with? Alright, we'll see. Your own stream pet calls you that? The robots, they can't figure out the nuance of these things. Alright. Restore the foraging club. I guess I'll do that before I cook a sour meal. Yeah, I am, I'm strongly considering setting up some private servers of my own for a couple of things, just kind of seeing what I can do there. Mostly just for the fun of doing it, but, you know, depending on what I set up, I might share it in my Discord on a very, limited scale, because I do not want to be, you know, cease and desisted or otherwise punished by the companies. D3 is tiny 8-2. You'd think if anyone could do Leet Speak, it would be the robots, right? Like, they should understand. It's all computery, and they're made of computers. Well, Daisy, it's a club for foraging. I don't know what to tell you. The title surely indicated all of it. I know you're a child, but, like, do you not know either of those words? Or, like, what's the deal here? Isn't your mom kind of rude? This little girl just squeaks. Okay, do I want to volunteer to help move wood, or just be like, oh yeah, your kid can come to club next time? I'm not volunteering to move wood. Okay, I've been volunteered to move the wood, despite my best efforts. What the fuck is windfall wood? Is that what I've been carrying around? Oh. Yeah. Well, I can find more of it in the forest, probably. What's going on over here? Some type of farm. I wonder if I'll be able to have, like, sheep. I'm pretty sure chickens are on the table. That's kind of the only one I know for sure. Alright, well, there's no free wood laying around in this farm. But there is over here. Oh, I can see two of them right now. I was kind of wondering what I do with these. You know what? That's a good point. Why not crabs? Why can't I have crabs? A farm field full of crabs. Crabs far as the eye can see. That's my dream. What? Oh yeah, I looped around fully. What do you want? I got you the shit you wanted. Don't approach me with that tone. I have to watch a child now? I clearly do not. She's walking away. They're walking away? I'm leaving. I'm wondering if I have the stuff to make a sour meal. Throw the child into the fire. You know, I could take the child all the way to the fires of Mount Doom and, you know, cast her away into the fire in which she was forged to destroy her forever. What do I prefer, watching a child or having a child? Can I pick neither? Can we go with the Mount Doom thing, maybe? Wait, who was I looking for? Nora. It's a binary option? Okay, I guess watching, then. Seems like less responsibility. Okay, I think the foraging club is maybe coming together. Oh, time to hydrate again.
Big B50 just redeemed water the crab. Mini
Thank you, Big B.
hydrate, 3 ounces.
I feel like it's kind of rude to talk about a fellow citizen of your village as being like a forest animal who can get spooked and disappear if you're too loud. No. No, not the Jar Jar Binks question. Damn it, I don't like this one. Talk like Jar Jar Binks or look like Jar Jar Binks. Killing yourself is not an option. God. I don't even know which one is better. I lean towards... No, I don't really. I was gonna say I lean towards looking like, because I could just do, like, continue VTubing and do camera off meetings, and then no one would know the difference. You know, I go to work, oh, my camera's not working still. If I had to talk like Jar Jar Binks, I would never be gainfully employed ever again anywhere. Ever. There's no job for someone who speaks that way. Although, looking that way, there's no in-person job for someone who looks like Jar Jar Binks. So, it's... it's kind of a... I don't know. He's got, like, weird, like, lips. Actually, Gray, yeah, maybe it's time to bust out the Jar Jar's dad comic again. Hold on, let me look at a picture of Jar Jar Binks real quick. How weird does he look? Oh, no. Oh. Hmm. You know, I don't mind his weird ear flaps. I think those are okay. It's the face. It's the eyes, nose, mouth, and teeth. Kind of just like every element of the face. Why did they make his teeth look like that? You know, maybe I'm gonna go with talk like, actually. I think I'm gonna have to go with talk like. Maybe I could play it off as like I'm just being cute and silly. I I don't think I could have my face look like that. I don't think I a face a mother could love. Yeah, I don't think I could handle it. He has eye stalks, which as a crab, I guess I shouldn't be too offended by it. They're wrong though. They're not good eye stalks. I'm just attending a funeral sounding like Jar Jar. You know, I gotta the that'd be pretty rough. If you had to give like a you googly with the Jar Jar Binks voice. Misa think he lived a good life. Misa sad he's a dead. Okay, I'm actually kind of coming around to the talking like Jar Jar Binks because I feel like there's possibly some moments where this could be funny. It would be annoying most of the time, but I think that there's, you know, perhaps there could be comedy in it. I could remain optimistic. If my face looked like that, well, killing myself was not an option in the hypothetical, but I don't think I can have those lips. Yeah, maybe I could just pretend that it's like a little bit more like a Mario thing. Okie day, Misa trying, but Misa heart just so happy. Fuck, that's like the funniest thing I've ever read. Oh my god. Imagine working in a call center talking like Jar Jar Binks. I get a job doing tech support. No one would take me seriously. Oh my god. Fuck. Alright, I have to go subtly convince her to leave the foraging club. Is this child cool to just wander off on her own? I'm not responsible for that, right? He said take your order. I wish Jar Jar Binks wasn't. Like, never existed. Never came to be. If I could go back in time and influence only one change in this world, I would get rid of Jar Jar Binks. I would convince George Lucas it's not a good move. I could probably, you know, instead, like, end untold human suffering, but, well, maybe in a way this is the same thing. Okay, where are you taking me, birds? I'm worried you're taking me to another path I don't have unlocked. I don't trust you. If it never existed, how could we be talking about him? I guess that's a good point. I think he would have to have slightly different lips to be a serious character. Okay, the birds did not mislead me this time. That's good. The birds are learning. All the shitty conservative talking points about sexual assault and harassment, but it's Jar Jar. Jar Jar is like an alt-right influencer hopping on social media. I don't even want to read the tech support one out loud. Jesus. I think the best part too was you met other, what was he called, a Gungan? You met other ones in the films and none of them talked like that. It was just him. Jar Jar Tate. Holy shit. What do you think's going on here? You guys seen this like kind of bit of fence that's flickering in and out of reality? Your lawyer is Jar Jar, but you've been accused of murder. Oh my god, fuck, I'm tearing up. We have to stop this. We can't do any more of this. Sure, the OJ trials? God. Oh, Jesus. The fence is Jar Jar trying to get into the game. He's trying to break his way into this reality. Do you guys know about that, that, like, candy, like, sucker that was just, like, Jar Jar's tongue? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? The like, Jar Jar Binks' tongue candy? This sounds kind of insane if you don't know what I'm talking about. You do? Yes? Okay, here, I'm gonna pull it up on stream real quick, I guess. I'll just do a little image source and then go find this and make everyone has to look at it. Okay. Can you guys see that? Is that showing up for everyone? Is everyone getting a good look at that thing? I don't think this is a product that should have gotten made. I think that, you know, when a new product, a promotional product is made, typically there's, you know, multiple people who review that decision. And I think maybe there were some missteps here. Maybe the review process was not completed thoroughly. Jar Jar had the alien tongue thing. I wonder how many doctors had to remove that from places. Hopefully none. Hopefully 0. Hopefully no one purchased this. Except I know that people did. I actually saw someone who had one and they were recasting new candy to put into it. Almost as cursed as the Mater flashlight. Jesus, we can't talk about the Mater flashlight. So here's what I've done just now. I shared that image. I put it in as an image source in OBS. And then to make it go away, I just hit the hide button. Now, days from now, I'm going to forget that I did that, and I'm going to see an image source there and be like, oh, what image source did I leave sitting here? And it's going to be that image. I'm going to jump scare myself with it, so something for me to look forward to. A little prank I'm playing on myself for the future. No Jar Jar flashlight. No flashlights. You allowed to talk about flashlights on Twitch? I have to assume it's discouraged. Probably, you know, lightly discouraged. Oh yeah, when I delete it from my downloads folder, not that I delete anything from there, it'll be like, missing image. We've lost the Jar Jar tongue image. They said taken the hobbits to Isengard. No more. I will forget by end of stream, probably. I'm gonna... as soon as people stop talking about Jar Jar, like my object permanence, that will be gone to me. Maybe I'll leave it in there, though, to pull it up in the future. You know, maybe future situations will call for it, once again. I can't imagine any. I can't imagine a single situation that would ever call for it, but let's keep our options open, you know? Let's keep it fresh. Alright. We all want to learn foraging. Okay, I thought we were going to be subtle. Daisy, I look away for, like, 5 minutes to talk about Jar Jar Binks, and the child has already fucked this up. At a point before this be doing a Jar Jar impression for 1 minute. 1 minute is like an eternity for that. Maybe. I would also have to look up his speech patterns again and figure out which words, which word parts he always deviates. I think I have a decent feel for it, but I'd need to brush up on it. Why is it starting to smell up there? Hey, Bell-bearing Hunter, living in my attic, what are you doing up there that's causing a smell? Because I haven't changed the situation at all, so I think this is coming from your presence. Are you... yeah, I'll slide an air freshener under the door for you. I'll slip one under there. One of those little trees that you put in your car. Like a little black ice, you know? I'll slip one of those under the door. Being from the Caribbean, it's not hard for me to talk like Jar Jar. Yeah, is Jar Jar's accent... It's not really the same thing, but it has a little bit of overlap, doesn't it? Get like 5 of them? Okay. Yeah, I'll get like 5 of those little trees and just sort of slide them under the door for you. Oh, I'm certain there's a Jar Jar AI voice. There's gotta be one. Except if I gave you guys a text-to-speech redeem for a Jar Jar voice, you would be using it constantly. I'll think about it. If someone can find...
The underscore bell underscore bearing underscore
if someone can find the AI voice and link it in the
throw
Discord, I will
face.
consider doing that. If I have to ban IRL voice for 10k, I have to communicate with the Jar Jar text-to-speech. Will that be better or worse than the big water redeem? I mean, better for my bladder, probably. First link on Google if you search Jar Jar Binks AI voice. Oh my god. Why do things exist? Why are there so many options in this world?
Death just redeemed punish the crab. Hyperhydrate, 30 ounces.
Okay. Why? Why big water? Why big water? Alright, let me check how much I got in the container. I have 15 left in my cup. So I'll drink that and then go get some more, I guess. Thanks. Thanks for the hydration.
The Grey Count just redeemed water the crab. Mini hydrate,
Great,
3
thank
ounces.
you for adding to the hydration. It's so cool and healthy for me. Actually, I probably am dehydrated. It's probably good for me. I still don't like it. Okay, so now it's 33 ounces. I accidentally got an ice cube out of my water. I had to chew it. I hope the chewing didn't come through on microphone. Don't disappear. Okay, see, like, I think they were maybe overreacting about her not wanting to do the foraging thing. Alright, let me drink the rest of this real quick. You're terrified of crabs. Oh no. Well, I'm glad I'm not being terrifying. I don't have, like, you know, visible eye stalks or 8 legs. So, like, that probably helps. I don't think you should be afraid. I mean, you can't control what you're afraid of, but you shouldn't be afraid of a crab. Crab can't hurt you. Except those, like, really big, what, like Alaskan king crabs. I bet those guys could actually hurt you. You probably should be afraid of those. You found a VHS tape. That's probably that VHS tape from The Ring. You know, the 7 days thing. You probably don't want to pop that in. There's probably not a VCR up there, though. So, I mean, if you find a VCR, good luck. So, don't know what to tell you about that one. I don't have 8 legs down there. I can zoom out. See, look. Legs. Just the two standard legs. Sorry, I got carried away. I don't know why I did that. I just started wiggling it. Sorry, I had to chew another ice cube. This is getting kind of bad. No one wants to hear that. Those, you might be onto me. Those are my decoy legs. Oh, yeah. You said you were from the Caribbean a minute ago, right? I would guess the crabs are pretty big there. Also, getting stuck behind furniture, you hear them scratching and clawing. It's not those big coconut crabs, is it? I know those guys have, like, big pinch strength and are huge, like bowling ball sized. But, you know, maybe that's me. Maybe that's me climbing into your house and getting stuck behind furniture. And then just scrape it around. Not quite that big, but big enough. Gray, don't talk about eating crabs. On the crab stream? Dad got caught behind the house. Your house behind the dresser, scratched for 3 days before you got me out. Yeah, that's it's easy for me to do, and once I get stuck, I don't know how to get out. I don't know what to do. All I can do is just sort of scratch with my large pincers and little legs.
Swim 1983 just redeemed head pat.
What, like a pinata? Don't hit crab with metal bat. Maybe I should get one of those throws where you throw a metal bat at my head. Why aren't we playing Mage Arena? Is that the one where you yell the spells? Because I would play that. The hot dog is maybe
the Grey Count just redeemed Giga Blizzy Bonk.
Alright, it's taking me like 5 minutes to get through this foraging conversation, and I need to go get more water, so, okay, I need to get more. Okay, I need to get.
Ragdreel just redeemed
15,
Water the Crab. Mini hydrate. 3
21
ounces.
21 ounces of water I need to go get and then drink. So, thanks for that, everyone. I'll be right back with the extra water. Sorry, I'll be back with.
The Grey Count just redeemed Drown the Crab.
20,
hydrate. 8 ounces.
29 ounces of water. You've almost got it up to. Well, that's including 15 from the original, so.
Big B50
okay.
just redeemed Water the Crab. Mini hydrate. 3 ounces.
32 ounces of. I need to get 32 ounces of water. Don't F the crab bladder. Okay, I'm gonna go get 32 ounces of water. I really can't carry much more than that back in this vessel. That's kind of the capacity of it. So I'm gonna have to make another trip if anyone redeems any more while I'm gone. I'll be right back, I guess. God damn it. Okay, I'm back with the water. Just get a hose can, keep it nearby, 5-gallon bucket. I can't drink 5 gallons of water. I'm pretty sure that would give me water poisoning. Almost certainly, right? Alright, well. Ragdreel, Grey Count, Big B, Who else gave me water? Grey Count, like twice maybe. Jack. Thank you all for your hydration. I thought crabs liked water. Yeah. I guess. I guess I do. You could just spray me with the water bottle. You could just give me a spritzing. Moisten my eyes, you know? Come on.
The Grey Count just redeemed bad crab.
My eyes are moist now. Put the crabs in a 5-gallon bucket to feed them in before cooking?
The _bell_bearing_hunter just redeemed bad crab.
Everyone's spraying me. Water for the outside and inside. Yeah, see now I'm moistened. I'm moistened and hydrated. The two forms of watering me. It's too much water. At least I finally finished this foraging conversation after about 15 fucking minutes. Okay. I need to finish strong. I have about 15 ounces left in here. Yeah, the game is pretty derailed. This is basically just a just chatting stream, but with extra steps. Sorry, I made a little squeaking noise. I do that sometimes. It's like a hiccup. Probably from drinking all this fucking water. Okay. One more go. One more go, I think I finished strong. Yeah, Delphi, I'm ready to leave. I'm just drinking a shitload of water. Ow. Okay. I drank the water. It's physically uncomfortable how full my stomach is of this fucking water. So, I hope you're all happy. It might be a little while before we get back. Let's go. Fuck it. Let's go to the woods. Dynamic occlusion in this game be funky. Say out of drinking water. Yeah, have you ever had like 45 ounces in one go? It's a lot for your stomach capacity. I don't know, maybe that isn't normal. Maybe that's just me. Drink coconut water, evolve into coconut crab. Now hold on. This is an exciting opportunity you're presenting me with. I mean, how much is half a gallon?
Deck just redeemed bread.
Bread. Breaded crab. How much is half a gallon in ounces? That's 64 ounces. I think I've had worse done to me on my stream. After stream, we're 1v1ing in Mage Arena? What is the gallon challenge? Is that the one where you drink a gallon of milk? Or is that just water? No, it's the milk one, right? I thought if you drank a gallon of milk, you're pretty much guaranteed to throw up. Okay. For most adult human people, drinking a gallon, which is 128 ounces of water, if you do it all at once, is starting to get close to the territory of water poisoning. Yeah, like a gallon of anything should be like roughly stomach capacity. But right around like 130 to 140 ounces is I think where you start getting like genuine risk of water poisoning. It depends on other factors, right? Like how quickly you drink it, how much other stuff you have in your stomach, if there's electrolytes in it, you know. Uh, Also, I don't really like milk, and I think the idea of drinking a gallon of milk is gross, and with how full my stomach is right now, it sounds extra gross. Ugh. Alright, we all forage. But where am I supposed to forage here? Is this something I can forage? Oh, it is. Okay. Is it foraging 3 things if I just foraged a currant 3 times? Bronto's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes, exactly. Fortunately, for me, the first glass of water I had here in my cup before I had to refill it, I had gamer sups in there. So I had electrolytes. This puts me in a better position. When I refilled, I did not refill the electrolytes, but I did have them. The child found worms. Did you want to forage for worms? Okay, I can put the water away, I think. I think it's over. Delphi, take the fucking worms. Oh, no, you've already taken some. Okay. You know, I feel like I've heard of that, but I think that's also the same thing where it's mostly just an exercise in puking up milk, right? The thing where you run laps around the football field and then keep drinking milk. That's a good way to puke up milk. Which, gross. It's gross enough going down. I would not want to puke up milk. I'm pretty anti-milk. I'm a milk hater. At some point, when I was like, probably like 13, I was like, I think milk is disgusting. I don't want to drink it on its own. Maybe I'll have it in things sometimes. And then my mom got mad at me and told me I had to have milk, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. And I started drinking, like, soy milk, which was the most popular milk replacement at the time. And now I drink many forms of non-milk milk if I need it for stuff. Coffee creamer, oat milk, you know? Soy milk, almond milk. No cow milk. I am not even short. I'm above average height for a woman. Raw milk. Well, you know, when you drink the raw milk, it's got all the natural, healthy stuff in it. Probably mostly pus, but... what do you think's going on with her dress? You guys seeing that? There's some movement. I'm not like 4'10". I would never be able to reach anything. I kind of have short arms. I really can't reach much anyway, but, you know, it's better than 4'10". 4'6". What, are you guys fucking shrinking me in real time? What is going on? Alright, fishing club. I guess I'm also founding one of those. I just keep making the numbers go down until I'm actually the size of a real crab. Like 3 inches tall. But now it's 4-5? Doomslace, hello! I will have you know that I am 5 feet and 6 inches tall. So, pretty much the tallest crab any of you know. I'm basically like a giant, towering over everyone I know in real life because no one I know is taller than me. I've never met anyone taller than 5'6", and you can't prove that. I'm the tallest. So, no further questions. Alright, well, everyone's just listing fake numbers now. 6'3". Unheard of. 5'11". Unheard of. 5'7". Also unheard of. Just outlandish. Truly. Don't mix 100% milk and 2% milk for 102. That's a higher percentage than should be possible. 5'16". Fuck, it was the milk. Mixing it made you too powerful. You have to be stopped. Ascending beyond milk into milk. I mean, I don't think they measure you at the DMV. I think you can just tell them kind of whatever. Bellbearing Hunter, I'm gonna say that you are not 6'3" because I don't believe in heights over 5'6". They're all fictional. 100% of the time. I'm standing by this claim. Sure, if you go into the DMV at 5'9" and say you're 6, they'll question you. I mean, maybe. I don't think they like fact check it. It's not like they've got like a thing. I think the average height for women is 5'5". I'm the tallest. I've erased half your family. Well, I mean, that makes it sound like I'm like erasing people, which, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe I am. The attic has a max height of 4'10". My height. No way someone 6'3" could live up there. Exactly, yeah, there's a height limit, but it's also not 4'10", it's 5'6", because that is my height, and not 4'10". Why's everyone so tall? Why are you all so tall? What's the E for? Oh, sorry. Let me try that again. I should have said it. I should have said E10. I should have said it out loud. Once I realized I should have played into that. E10 this stick. Yeah. No, yeah. My bad. The single dash refers to feet, and typically a quotation mark, like a double of those little marks, would be inches, but everyone's leaving off the inches. I don't know why everyone's leaving off the marker for inches. I guess it's not necessary. It was inferred for the most part. But I guess if you don't use feet inches to measure things, this is probably extremely confusing, this whole conversation. Everyone's just listing numbers. Brother is 60. Bigby, you just said the number 12. I don't know what the context was. I think we're just saying numbers at this point. Your grandma's taller than me? Normal people measurements like meters? Yeah, we don't have those here. Never heard of a meter. We do America units. And we format them confusingly. Okay, the currants are sour, so that could be helpful. What the fuck is a kilometer? Me immediately going to the internet to search 180 centimeter in feet. 22 apples tall. One 180 centimeters is equal to 5 feet and 10.9 inches. Oh yeah. Wait. What? I forgot the measurements of Hello Kitty. 5 apples tall? Is she 5 apples tall? Yeah, that's right. She's 5 apples tall, but is described as only weighing 3 apples. Which I feel like I have questions about. She's not very dense. I think there's a lack of density in Hello Kitty. 13.5 bananas tall. I don't know if anyone's thrown out a number bigger than 6'3". You might be currently winning in this chat. Question to mind, what's heavier, a kilogram of iron or a kilogram of feathers? I feel like I've only ever heard that said as a pound, you know. America units. Yeah, we will do anything but meters. We will jump through hoops to not use any type of metric measurements. Alright, let me... I'm just gonna throw everything in here. Because I can cook from inside the pantry. I mean, I can pull ingredients from it, so... Even though the feet measurement was and always has been a thing from England. You know, the people of England love making something up and then pretending they had nothing to do with it when other people use it. No. You see, a kilogram of feathers is lighter because feathers are lighter. It's a trick question. The feathers are the lighter one. Like soccer. Soccer with an F, of course. What weighs more, ounce of feathers or an ounce of gold? Ounce of feathers. because of what you did to the birds. See, we've both made the bird joke at the same time. No, but a kilogram of a lighter material is lighter. It has to be. That's how lighter things work. Right, yeah, so the kilogram of feathers is lighter. This is just simple logic. Okay, I feel like maybe I'm not being clear. I'm obviously joking, right? Like I feel like many of you are trying to correct me on the kilogram thing. I'm kind of doubled and tripled down on it. I thought it was pretty clear. Okay. All right. I'm using that tone of voice that suggests I'm not being serious. Want to make sure no one thinks I'm fucking stupid, though. God forbid. All right. How do I make something sour? They all have uncertain flavor. That did not sound the same. I was doing a bit. God forbid we let me do it like a bit. Let me have a bit. I'm gonna say that this has the potential to be sour. I mean, we just like blowing up rockets. All right, which of these do I think seems the most sour? Also, what the hell is a pikelet? Pikelet. Pikelet? What the fuck? I don't know what that word is. I don't know what these are. They appear to be some type of small pastry, but they contain both a fruit and mushroom and nut component, so... Which mushroom do I think is the best option? I'll do one of these. Okay. That would make it spicy. Okay, it's because these are spicy. Okay. Do I have something in, like, a neutral? Okay, that makes it sour. I see. I think the gray is neutral and the green is sour. So I think I'm... Yeah. It's a French dessert. Huh. Ounce is 28 grams, while an ounce of gold is 32 grams. I don't... Words have meanings. They can't... Why would they do that? Alright, flour goes in. How do I make this good? Okay, so let me hide myself real quick. You see how I've got this little chart in the corner? And when I cook the food... I can do things to make it smoother, chunkier, crisper, or tender, except I can't make anything more crisp. I can only make things more tender. In this case, that worked out in my favor, because I can move it towards the tender side, but if it needed to become more crisp, I would never be able to do it, because I think I need a different cooking thing I don't have. So there have been a few things I just cannot cook correctly right now. Oh yeah, I did become a ghost for a minute. If you can't see me, am I even real? Imperial makes perfect sense. It's all based on, like, feelings and concepts, you know? You gotta think about the feelings and concepts. I scared you. Okay. So it's already kind of like in the right zone in terms of chunky smooth. I'm just gonna go with a middle one. But then I'm gonna fry it to make it more tender. Except I can't make it any more tender because I'm not allowed to fry the hazelnut? Bullshit. Can't do the crisp stuff yet? You haven't gotten that far either? Yeah, I tried to look it up because I thought it was something I was missing, and it said I needed a mixing bowl. But I'm guessing that's different than the assembly bowl, so I think I just can't do it yet. What is a feeling? That's a great question. I'm gonna put this in my backpack because I need to go feed it to that man I poisoned. I should probably also water my plants. Oh, also it's... okay, it's morning. Alright. Water my plants, unpoison a man. I've got a series of things I need to do. Obviously, priority is watering the plants first, unpoisoning the man second. This watering can doesn't hold a lot of water. Alright, where's this man I need to unpoison? Or I guess I need to take the sour meal to her. Well, she's not the one who needs unpoisoning. Maybe she needs to, like, review it for accuracy first. Although she's the one who made the poison, so... do we trust her judgment on this? I'm not sure that I do. How does sour unpoison somebody? That's a great question. That's a great question. I don't have an answer for it, but it's a great question. I too would like to know. I hope one day to understand what the hell is going on with this. I also don't know how, like, mustard seeds, basil, and whatever else I got poisons a man, but it made him sneeze. Maybe some type of latent allergy? How does sour fix an allergic reaction to food? You know, I don't know. Aren't natural sours a sign of poison in nature? I'm not sure about sours. I think they are meant to be a deterrent in nature. I believe bitters are commonly an actual sign of poison. Maybe some sours are too, but I know for sure bitters are. That's why bitter taste is the way it is. I have the sour meal. Now explain to me exactly how this is going to work, Delphi. Use sour candy to help with seasickness. Yeah, I've heard there's a few things like sour candy can help with, like, kind of, like, grounding you a little bit, and it helps with certain, like, nausea or feelings of being, like, overwhelmed sometimes. This will definitely do the trick. Explain why. Bitter bad? I don't like a lot of bitter flavors. There are some that I tolerate, like, occasionally. There's, like, some of them, but overwhelmingly not a huge fan. Sure as I can be. Did your mother write down any cures? She left me a beautiful book, but the ink is all faded. Oh, Jesus. Oh, sorry, Delphi. Just like I can't remember her face anymore. God, kind of dropping a little bit of a heavy thing on me here. Let's give the man a warhead sour candy. I'm not gonna say blame me for Fosco, because I don't really want to, like, fess up to the poisoning crime. I think I want to, like, kind of keep my name clear on that one. I know you've done your best, I'll say. Never confess to a crime. I say, having probably confessed to, like, 3 on stream. Give that man a Nintendo Switch game cartridge. Yeah, I got my Switch too. And I'll I'll have you know I did taste the cartridge. I had to see if it tasted like the Switch 1 cartridge. I had to compare. It was also bitter. Cute and cozy Hobbit game gets dark. Yeah, it's kind of taken a bit of a turn here. Do they improve the flavor? If I'm remembering right, it was very similar, maybe a little less harsh? But maybe I just got less of it on my tongue. Better texture for sure, yeah. Crunching those Switch cartridges. Is Bitrex the chemical they use to create that bitter taste on those? Fosco will understand that you poisoned him. Paid to drink a bottle cap full of Bitrex. I thought I was going to die for an hour. Yeah, I think that because bitter is what poison tends to taste like in nature, I think our body doesn't like that. Like, it feels bad and wrong. I'll get this meal to him and you check on him later. Okay, so you're gonna deliver the meal. Even though I made it. And I was the one who gave him the poison. I feel like she's kind of stealing my credit on this one. I don't know if it's what they use, but we had to use it to test respirators, Masks. Sorry, I said that weird. Body says, how about no? Yeah, bitter is not good. I remember when I was in preschool or kindergarten, one of the two. I don't know for sure which. One of my teachers was doing like a weird thing where they were like, let's teach all these kids an important lesson about consuming things they don't understand. And so they had us smell a bottle of vanilla. And they're like, that smells good, doesn't it? And everyone's like, yeah. And they're like, okay, now everyone taste it. Taste the vanilla. And when you taste vanilla extract directly, it is not pleasant at all. It's terrible. And I hated that. And they're like, see? Just because something smells good doesn't mean you should drink it. And I think this was an attempt to get kids to not drink antifreeze. But, like, also, what the fuck? And they passed around whole milk. And were like, try this. And I thought it was so disgusting. I hated it so much. And I thought I was going to throw up. I didn't understand why it was so salty. I remember it being really salty. I've never consumed whole milk on its own again after that. Why make children do this? Remember, bury the bodies under a dead pet, because the dog sniffs it up, they'll dig up the pet's body. Lime extract? Did you taste the lime extract directly? You love lead paint chips? Yeah, see that? Now that's a little snack right there. Little lead paint snack for fun. Okay, restore the fishing club. Go talk to Poisoned Man. Was it extremely sour or bitter? The lime extract. Helps prep the stomach lining for the antifreeze. Okay, where exactly is he? Hey, birds. Okay, now you're saying back this way. Okay, now you're saying back this way. Okay. Okay, he's in his fucking building. He's exactly where I thought he'd be. A strong flavor of lime and burned because it was an alcohol base. Huh. Remember, never hide a body in a suitcase, because if anyone sees it, they'll want to open it. Is that how people react to seeing a suitcase? Oh, like if you dump it in the woods. Yeah, people will definitely open it. For some reason, I was thinking, like, if they just see it in your house, they're gonna be like, ooh, what's in that suitcase that you have? But, I don't think you'd keep it in your house after you put the body in it, probably. I actually think very recently, not to be dark on stream, but I think a woman was caught with the bodies of 2 children in a suitcase in her car trunk. Like, within the last couple of months. And I believe there have been several other instances of bodies in suitcases. The one with the 2 kids in the trunk, and I think it was like they had been in there for well over like 8-9 months or something. I don't know. Kind of fucked up, actually. That's kind of a bad one to really bringing down the mood on stream. This is supposed to be like a cozy game. I'm being cozy right now. The grandma one is a recent one. Oh. Where else are you supposed to store the bodies? The car has AC. I feel like, not to like critique the techniques used here, but if you have a dead body, keeping it in your car for several months is probably not the move. Like, getting rid of it and disassociating it from you is probably the move you want to make. Again, not to not to provide feedback on the technique, but like I just don't think like keeping the incriminating evidence and corpses on your person and then driving around with them for many, many, many months is like the move. Sneezed every bit of sniffle out of yourself. That's kind of like when you take like a expectorant and it makes you cough a bunch more, but you cough up all the gunk in your lungs and it fixes it. So actually he wasn't poisoned. He was cured. Very subpar form. Don't keep it in the car. Gotcha. Oh yeah, burning it would be better, technically. I swear, officer. I believe she, not to recount the grisly details of this thing, but I believe she tried to say, like, oh, it's some dirty clothes back there, that's why it smells bad, because we've been living out of hotels. And then the cops were like, yeah, that smells, like, really bad, we're gonna have to look. And then I think she said, oh shit, you're gonna see me on the news tonight, which is an insane thing to say. Yeah, it might have been the grandma then. I thought it was the mom. I just happened to see this in passing and didn't really look into it too much, but I thought that was the aunt. You know what? Let's just list every female relative. Second cousin. Great aunt. It was what grandma wanted. Never say that to a cop. Yeah, mistakes were made. I think it was, firstly, whatever was done to make the children not be alive was probably the first big mistake. Followed by several other mistakes with the cover-up of it. Anyway, can we lighten up a little? This isn't a fucking true crime podcast. Or maybe it is. Fuck, I don't know. Thank you for being a skilled healer's assistant. Okay, I picked random herbs in the forest. I gave you basil. Do not accuse me of being skilled. What is the second reason? Bringing me tonight's dinner. Okay, so you just got the good sour meal as like a bonus? Didn't even fix your problems? At least he gave me peppers. None of these hobbits have real problems. Yeah, the news tonight comment, absolutely insane. And you know, you don't have to incriminate yourself. And a beast. It was bold. All right, what? Okay, I think I'm going in here. Yes, the bird went in here. The birds know. All right, what are we doing? You.
Hey.
We're forming a fishing club. I mean, I think to some degree they had already smelled the corpse smell, so she was already kind of fucked. I mean, I would still advise against, like, you know, incriminating yourself, but if you're already completely incriminated and you're pretty sure you're not getting I guess just say whatever. I'm sure it can and will be used against her. I keep telling people I lived at the Prancing Pony. I thought the Prancing Pony was like a bar and inn. I didn't think it was like a permanent residence. I didn't think it was like apartments. So did I, 10 years behind the bar. Oh my god. Maybe you can like live there if you work there? Did I work there? The fishing club.
Huh.
Is he threatening to use me as bait? I don't think he's made that comment. Wait, yes? I don't remember that one. I guess he's kind of a crazy old man. Maybe that is something he'd say. Alright, a shared meal is required. I said shaled. Bounty hunting is legal in Florida. Isn't bounty hunting... God, can I fucking speak? Can I say words? Isn't it legal in several states? Or is that mostly just a Florida thing? When you first meet him, he says it? Yeah, that sounds right. When I first met him, he did say a lot of kind of like crazy, unhinged stuff to me. I say many a word when few do trick. Exactly. When I was like 12, I thought it would be cool to get into bounty hunting as a profession. I don't think it's actually cool at all. Yes, all my crops are ready. Opening up options for me. These are already watered. Yeah, when I was thinking like bounty hunting, I was thinking more like Cowboy Bebop, and I think in the real world it's more like just kind of like trying to hunt down really shitty people. All right, I need to figure out what what's his face wants to eat. Is he gonna tell me? If I like, can I plan a Yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter comes to mind as both hunting down shitty people and being kind of shitty, and just all around a very like trashy aesthetic instead of a cool aesthetic. And I think maybe that's what it would be like. More trashy, less cool. Did he die recently? Did he die recently? He seems like he should be dead. Not not like in a threatening way, just like he seemed old and unhealthy to me. He looked no, the Wikipedia page says is. That's a present tense usage. Yeah, he's alive. He's 72 and evidently, quote, still active. The years active, 1973 to present. As a result of his felony conviction, Chapman is prohibited from owning firearms and has been refused entry to the United Kingdom. All right. Oh, I think he might be crazy also. In addition to his eldest child, struggled with drug and alcohol addiction and has a lengthy criminal history, including a history of hate crimes. And yeah, no, I think he might be a little bit nuts. So yeah, I picture it'd be more like that if I became a bounty hunter. I'd be like trashy and insane. Go to the FBI most wanted, get information about their whereabouts, and give it to the FBI. Get a large sum of money for just the information. Really? I'm really good at finding people on the internet using very, very little information about them. Maybe I should get into digital bounty hunting. Maybe that's the move. And then I also start, like, dyeing my hair bleach blonde and get some sunglasses and, go crazy. Crab the Bounty Hunter. It's like Dog, but I'm doing my own theme. But I'll be just as nuts, and then I'll have a felony conviction, and I will not be allowed into the UK. Probably did hide in Mexico for years. Easy 200K. His skin reminded me of leather beef jerky. Gotta get a tatty. You mean like a tattoo, or is there a different usage of that word I do not know? Yeah, he was kind of giving like similar look to I don't know, like Hulk Hogan maybe? Didn't he just die? Just like skin not looking great. Except he probably was even more tan. Oh, I have tattoos. I'm already ready. I'm way ahead of you there. I don't think I've talked about my tattoos on stream. Maybe I shouldn't. That way no one ever sees me in real life and identifies me based on them. But I have so I have several tattoos. I'll run through a few of them. I've got like one cool camping tattoo on my leg, like a little like campfire in the forest type thing. That's a pretty neat one. And then I've got a bunch of like video game and anime tattoos on my arm. And I have one Pokemon tattoo on my other leg. It's a Meowth. And then arm tattoos, I have several animes and shows. I've got like a couple American cartoons and stuff. It's a full sleeve. It's mostly done. It's not quite done. Working my way through it. I've got some Cowboy Bebop going on the arm. I've got a little bit of Demon Slayer. I got Gravity Falls, Over the Garden Wall, and I don't know if anyone's familiar with the PlayStation 2 game Okage Shadow King, but also some of that. So there's a lot going on that arm. Yeah, it's pretty much all done except the Bill Cipher needs to be colored in, and then I need to get the like background on the top section. So like trees and stuff behind the over the garden wall type stuff up there. It's on the upper arm, so I think there's also like a couple little spots that need to get like filled in. I was looking at my arm. Yeah, Okage Shadow King is one of my like favorite games. It was kind of a mediocre JRPG. Like mechanically, it wasn't great, but the characters and writing I really loved, and it was like one of the first games I got for my PlayStation 2 when I was younger. And I kept telling myself like I'm getting a tattoo of Stan as soon as I'm 18, and I did. As soon as I was 18, I got a tattoo, but I went kind of small on it, and then years later I got it covered up with a bigger version of itself. I just
The
upgraded it from
underscore
like
bell
small
underscore
to
bearing
huge.
underscore
So
hunter just redeemed get rated.
get ratitude. Okay, so he would take a crispy fish pie or a magnificent summer fish soup. Oh, there's an ad break. Apologies. I'm actually gonna take the ad break and quickly go to the bathroom. Wouldn't you know it, I drank like fucking 40 ounces of water, so I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, well this guy just wants fish food and I can just invite someone else. I'm gonna invite this dwarf. I don't know what the hell he wants, I'll just find out tomorrow. Now time to make some meals. Maybe I should wait till tomorrow and check what the flavor profiles they want are. Ooh, that could be a good move. I want to do that, and I will use the rest of this day to just gather more ingredients. But yeah, the art style and music in Okage Shadow King was so cool. Like the soundtrack was so weird and like good, and the art was really just super weird. I have like a it was like the Japanese like guidebook for it. Has a lot of like cool art, like the sketchy art of the enemies and stuff. Pretty neat. Really cool game. Had some drawbacks like the combat was really dull and kind of boring, and there were like several sections of the game that could have been better. I believe there was a dungeon called like Escapeless Abyss that was like fucking 4 different levels deep and took forever and was really annoying. There was also a section in the middle of the game where you became forgotten and invisible, and what you had to do to fix it was go back across the entire map of the whole world that you had explored so far and speak to every single person like 1 or 2 times. And if you missed anyone, you had to go figure out who you missed, because it wouldn't let you progress until you talked to fucking everyone. And I don't think that's a very good game design. Still a good game though. Looked cool. Good writing, like I don't know, funny characters mostly. Dog piss and bleach makes chlorine gas. Well, I guess that makes sense if there's ammonia in the piss, which there usually is. Why are you telling me this? Fuck, wait, my backpack's full. Damn it. I guess I'll release it. Alright, I need to go empty my backpack. Yeah, I do feel like it's not uncommon for a JRPG that's pretty good all around as a game to not have the best combat. Just have it be a little bit dull. Oh yeah, Wild Arms 2 is also a good game, but yeah, I mean I think it's kind of common for the combat to just not be super exciting and interesting. It's one of the reasons why I was so excited about Expedition 33, because I actually really enjoyed that combat. I usually don't like parrying as like a concept that I have to do all the time. It really won me over. And it did something kind of interesting with the combat. And there have been other JRPGs too that have like rich systems that are like really interesting to work with. But I think at the end of the day, like they're mostly they tend to be a platform that's designed around like crafting a narrative experience, with the combat being kind of supplemental to that, but not necessarily the main focus. Not always true. Some of them, the combat is meant to be the focus. They have like, you know, deep strategy built into the systems, but I think other times it's just kind of there to give you some combat to do and help move the story along. I think that's fine. Get over here, fish. I kind of wish in this game that, like, as I collected, like, fish or stuff or cooked, that I was, like, leveling something up. There's no number to go up. This fish is salty. Grandia and Mario and Luigi Superstar. Some of a few of the games where the story, combat and story were peak. Oh yeah, Mario and Luigi Superstar. Superstar. Did I say Superstar? No, I think I said it right. Fuck, I don't know. Am I losing my mind? Maybe. Yeah, but those are good ones, for sure. I will keep the salty fish. Superstar Staga. Oh yeah, tactical movement JRPGs like Final Fantasy Tactics. Oh man, I loved Inside Story also. That one was that was a good game. I also really liked fuck. Phantom Brave? I think the art was by the I actually think it was by the same company. What is it? NIST that did uh Disgaea? And it was the same artist. I like that guy's art. Um Phantom Brave was kind of cool though, because it had that same like tactical map. Bravely Default, different game. Also good, I think. Did I play it? I'm actually not sure if I played that one or not, but I've heard good things. Phantom Brave was like you were on an island, and I think you were a ghost. No, there was a little girl who summoned ghosts, and you were a ghost that she summoned. Is that right? Something like that. Anyway, um, it had the like tactical map. It kind of reminded me of Final Fantasy Tactics in a few areas, in that you could like recruit a bunch of people and then give them names, and they were like different classes and stuff. And then the combat was a similar like 3-dimensional tactical map. Love the first one. Played Bravely Default on hard with encounter rate turned up, made the late game a breeze. Nice. Isn't there a there's a Final Fantasy Tactics remake in the works right now, isn't there? I am almost positive. Okay, I've caught some fish. I'm gonna drop off all this extra stuff in here. I'm going to sleep. And then tomorrow I will figure out what flavor profile they want and see if I can create food that meets their expectations. You bought your Switch strictly for Octopath Traveler? I think I own Octopath Traveler, and I don't think I ever got around to playing it. Visually, it looked super cool, though. What? They said they're gutting the story for a modern audience? I I would hope they were, if anything, like cleaning up or enhancing the story a little bit, maybe streamlining it in a good way, not gutting it in a bad way. I don't like that. Hopefully that's not the case. I think if anything, like, they should try to be additive, you know? What? Townsfolk can become disgruntled? What? Okay, not inviting them in a long time, leaving them hanging. I didn't leave anyone hanging. I'm supposed to have the meal today with everyone. Who have I disgruntled? I don't know what change for modern sensibility means. I don't like the sound of it. Just speaking to Sandy Man that said you haven't shared a meal with them recently, might get grumpy. Okay. I'm sorry, do I have to cook for fucking everyone in town all the time? Okay, so Fishman wants a sour fish bowl. The dwarf says, Hobbit, my word is my bond, I will attend, I crave spice. Okay, so something spicy and then a sour fish food for him. See if I can't try to achieve that. Okay. Can I make it sour? Bitter unseasoned. Okay, can I... How do I make it sour? That's gonna make it sweet. Okay, that makes it sour. Okay. Yeah, I think the townsfolk are expecting a lot from me that I am not delivering. Daily invites to meals I cook for them? I don't know if I can be doing that. It's like a little too much. Okay. This is what I'll make for him. Also, I feel like, yeah, the only modern audience that wants to play a Final Fantasy Tactics remake, it's gonna broadly be people who played the original and want a remake, as well as a small subset of people who are interested in that kind of thing anyway. So I feel like modifying it isn't necessarily the move, I would think. Okay, so I want to make this slightly chunkier. Is this game a game for everybody that's a game for nobody? So I don't know, it's been okay so far, but I'm not sure if they nailed it quite the way people wanted. Don't trust most studios, especially AAA, to make good remakes or remasters. Yeah, every once in a while you'll get one, but not always. Alright. Successful pie. Now the other guy wants something spicy. What are my options for him? This I could probably make spicy. I don't know if this is what he wants, but it's gonna be what he gets. Spicy unseasoned. Got it. I think the biggest problem with this game, and a problem with games like this in general, is that the word cozy has kind of lost all meaning. In fact, I'm not even really sure it ever meant anything in the first place. It was commonly used to describe games like this, like a Harvest Moon, a Stardew Valley, but I don't think it was well understood what made a game cozy, and I think very broadly a lot of larger developers see it as an opportunity to cash in on making something low effort and easy, when in reality the, quote, cozy games that are very popular often have extremely deep systems that are, like, very complex, require a lot of, like, management of your time and resources, keeping track of a bunch of stuff. You know, people who play Stardew Valley have spreadsheets over it. You know, there's wikis, there's a lot of detail. That's what makes those interesting. People are like, oh, they're like games for girls. They're for people who just want to do like a cute little cozy thing. You can just kind of do whatever. That's not what made them good. I think that's a misunderstanding of what was even the thing. It's perfectly fine for there to be games that don't have, you know, combat and they're like life sim games, but you can't just call something cozy and then half-ass out a game where you do nothing. That's not worth it to anyone. And I think there's been some pushback on that. Yeah, I think people think they're making games like Stardew Valley. I don't think they know what made Stardew Valley good. I don't think they realize what made some of the older Harvest Moon games good. They also fell off completely after they had some developer mix-ups. And yeah, Palia, I want to like. It's like supposed to be an MMO that has like farming, fishing, social elements, and it's It's alright. I mean, I play it sometimes. It never holds my interest for more than a short period of time, though. Forget Souls like I want Stardew-like to be a thing. And I think the closest thing I can think of is like calling it like a farming sim. But I don't know if that fully encompasses what these games are like. And I think, yeah, just calling everything cozy to refer to games that are targeted towards like an audience that doesn't want like a dark combat heavy game and wants something more in like a life sim or like, you know, resource management, things like that. It doesn't mean anything. For sure people are using it as an excuse to get really lazy in development, and it is driving me fucking nuts. I was also just talking to another creator about this. I don't like
Doomslay's
to
just redeemed bread.
even like tag my streams with the word cozy, because I feel like that is used in a weird way within streaming communities, and I do not want to give the wrong impression, even if I'm playing a game that would be considered a cozy game. I am not a cozy person. I'm not here to make everyone feel good with calming energy or whatever the fuck is going on. I don't know. I'm just doing stuff. I do like the Rune Factory games, but they've also kind of fallen off in a similar way to Harvest Moon. I mean, the original Harvest Moon games they had mining, they had various forms of gathering, they had the dating parts, they had the farming parts. Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town, I think has a lot of overlap with Stardew Valley, but Stardew Valley expands upon it in a more meaningful way. And meanwhile, the Harvest Moon games quit expanding upon it entirely, so they kind of lost it. What they dropped the ball on, Stardew Valley picked up that ball and did so much more with it. Alright, let me finish assembling my food. I got really distracted by this conversation. Alright, so I'm going to... I think I can only assemble this. I need something I can make tender. Let me fry it. Okay, then they're not gonna let me cook the hazelnuts, so I'll never be able to get it tender enough. Yeah, I do almost get annoyed when I hear cozy, because that doesn't tell me anything meaningful about a game. Rune Factory 5 could have been very good, but going full 3D... Every system... Going to full 3D, but every system felt shallow. Yeah, I played, I think, 4 quite a bit. I think I own 5 and haven't really touched it. Oh yeah, there was a whole thing too where like Natsume and Marvelous, they like switched it up where one kept the name but not the development, and the other one kept the development but not the name, and then it became Story of Seasons, and that was like more akin to the original Harvest Moon, but honestly neither of them were nailing it at that point. No grid snap for furniture. Yeah, that's kind of messed up. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma was good, but the game got rushed at the end. Yeah, I feel like that was a complaint with 4 too, was that it like hit a point where it kind of fell off. Yeah, I think the dev studio did go back to Story of Seasons for the titles, because those are... They don't have the name rights, but that's like the original Harvest Moon team. For me, cozy's a game where you can curl up at the couch with a blanket and enjoy your time. Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, at its core, that's what the word is meant to refer to. But people just call everything cozy. Natsume owned the rights to the name Harvest Moon, didn't want to give it back to Marvelous. Marvelous switched to Story of Seasons, and Natsume continued shoveling out trash games with Harvest Moon on the name. Yep, that's the one. So yeah, when you play a... Ow. Now when you play a Story of Seasons game, that's like playing a, quote, true Harvest Moon game instead of just the trash. Alright, I think the best thing I can do is just throw these in there. Alright, I've prepared the foods. I'm inviting the people to the meal. I even got their flavors right. This is the first time I've bothered to get the flavors right for both people, I think. Oh.
Poppin Badger just redeemed Get Ratatouilled.
I've also been ratatouilled. Okay, how do I... Oh, I have to place the meals, right. Alright, there's your sour fish pie. And here's your spicy picolettes. Start meal. Fuck bro. What the hell is a fuck bro? Okay, he's into it. He's into it. That's a good sign. He's into it. Nailed it. I do think the little, like, cooking system where you can, like, change the texture and like, cook crispiness of the food that like, by cooking it differently amounts. Wow, I've phrased this great. I'm very articulate. It's a good little system. They obviously put time and effort into the cooking part. I think some of the other parts of this game don't have quite the level of care, but the cooking is kind of a neat little system. Wouldn't mind seeing more of that in places. I also kind of like how in Palia there's, like, multi-stage cooking with different little, like, mini-games where you do different stuff to the food. I think that's good shit. Okay. Now, the fishing club. Have I won him over with the tasty meal? What's gonna win him over? Bywater needs it to be a village. I want to learn more about fishing. It will be fun. I'm gonna tell him I want to learn more about fishing. I'm pro fishing. What sort of bait do I need to catch a bream? I don't know, but you do, and that's why we need a fishing club, otherwise how we will learn. Yeah, oh yeah, how- tell us. Tell us, old Noakes, quit threatening me all the time. I've won him over. A victory for the people. Oh, what do you want now? Oh, he has something for me because I cooked him food. What do you got? A bunch of taters and a barrel table. Alright. I can trade the taters he just gave me back to him for fish. And one of them is called a dunno. Interesting. I don't have the ruby taters needed for that one, though. I could only trade for common carp. But yeah, I think, like, in my experience with this game, it's cute and enjoyable enough, and I think I'm going to probably spend, you know, a good amount of time in it. At least enough to get my money's worth. It wasn't very expensive. But it lacks the depth to any of its systems that I think would keep me playing it, like, longer term. There's no, like, improving skills in anything. You know, unlocking new stuff is done by doing quests for people and leveling up your friendship with them, but you can't do anything to level up your friendship with people unless you're doing a quest for them. There's no, like, just going and talking to people or giving them gifts or anything like that. There's definitely some, like, interesting ideas here, but I think what likely I'm going to start finding sooner rather than later is that, like, there isn't quite enough like depth to everything to keep me engaged for a super long time. I don't think that necessarily makes it like a terrible game. It's obviously meant to be like more of a sort of narrative experience, you know, you talk to the little people, you progress the story. But I think it could have been more. I think that they probably could have done more with it, and I think they were anticipating just being able to capture the, quote, cozy audience without trying much harder than this. Still pretty good, though. Like, I think that given that it's only a $30 game, it seems worth the money to me. But, like, it doesn't have voice acting. It doesn't run great considering what the graphics look like. And, you know, the cooking is really in-depth and interesting, but most of the other forms of gathering and crafting aren't super... It feels like fishing. I mean, not fishing. Well, fishing is the other one with a minigame, I guess. But, like, everything is focused around cooking, which is on brand for hobbits, I guess. So, like, kinda. But, you know, I think there could have been a little more there. I think some people expected this to be like an adventure around Middle-earth game, which, you know, that was probably the wrong thought. If that's what you're looking for, yeah, definitely not going to be satisfying, but I don't know. I think it's perfectly alright. But I probably won't be playing it in 3 months. And a game like Stardew Valley, I have been playing for years and will probably continue to play. I also think Fields of Mystria is turning out, like, pretty good. I'm excited to see how that one kind of expands, but I think it's off to a good start, and I really like the art. Yeah, I think it's only like 30... Maybe it was 35, could have been 39, but it was under 40. If this was a $60 game, I would be way more critical of it, I think. I think I would not be as forgiving by any stretch. Yeah, if it was like 60 or 70, I would be very disappointed. But at the price point, I think it's fine. It'll keep me entertained for long enough that I will get my money's worth out of it. And it's like cute and got hobbits, and I'm a really big Lord of the Rings fan, so like I was gonna get it regardless of if it was good or not. I like the universe and the setting. I like hanging out in the Shire. It's cute. Also, it's a good game for me to like stream, and I can kind of, you know, engage with chat and yap about it because it doesn't require my full attention every moment. Yeah, I'm hoping like if they patch some of the performance issues people have been having, and maybe like, you know, the birds not working perfectly, maybe a little bit of cleanup, but yeah, I don't see there being DLC or like any major free updates or anything. Be nice if they did. Be nice to see this expanded upon. I just don't know that they will. I did play the Mines of Moria game a little bit, actually. I don't think Jack's in chat anymore, but he and I played it together a little bit. We didn't get that far. We only played it like once or twice. I would like to play more of it. It was definitely interesting. I'm a big Mines of Moria fan. I really like that expansion for Lord of the Rings Online. I know everyone hated it because you spent the entire time underground. I liked it because you spent the entire time underground. They did have to kind of maybe take some creative liberties with what's going on in Moria in Lord of the Rings Online to make it like an entire expansion's worth of zones, but I don't know, I thought it was pretty cool. I like being in the ground. They charge $600 for Evolve? How could it be that much? Alright, wait, what's young Tom gonna manage? Is he with the village campaign? Oh, we're trying to set up the gardening club, right? Are you good enough? No, I'm good enough. Not good enough, that's my name. It's my hobbit name. Not good enough says, are you good enough? I don't know why I'm being so critical of Rosie's gardening and farming skills. Alright. Yeah, let's have a competition. A vegetable. Which one? Oh, fuck, I'm on her team? Which vegetable?
Huh?
Alright. Which vegetable are we growing? A secret, you say? Oh yeah, I mean, Stardew Valley was, one guy. Just one dude. It is impressive. I'm kind of interested to see about his, next game, too. Haunted Chocolatier? Is that that's his game, right? Is it the other one? It's impressive work either way. Evolve is a great concept with poor execution. Yeah, that... I never played Evolve. I don't understand how it was $600. That seems crazy. Nicest garden in the whole Shire, so I wrote him asking for some seeds and how his boy Sam was getting on, but mostly for the seeds. Oh, it's Rosie. Yeah, okay. What time period does this take place in? Oh, you were on the forums pre-Stardew release waiting for it? That's actually super cool. Yeah, I was so excited for like basically a Harvest Moon replacement. The time I spent in Friends of Mineral Town on my, what was that, on the Game Boy Advance? Man, I dedicated so much time to it. I had like a fan site for it back in like probably like 2005, I don't know, somewhere around there. Like that was a good game. And it was kind of terrible. It had like the mining caves you could go in, but in order to get to the lower levels, you would never really have enough stamina to be able to do it. So what you usually had to do was use both save files, dig around everywhere in the mine until you found the staircase going down, then like go to the other save, then go straight to the place and go straight down, like mining only in the exact spot where you needed to save the stamina, and then alternate between them like that in order to get into the lower levels where the better stuff was, because it was just designed so that like there was no other good way to do it. That was considered like the optimal technique, which tells me it like wasn't super well thought through. But then like Stardew Valley has really good mining, like similar concept, actually executed well. Terraria was a big one for me when it was releasing. Leaked early, my friends and I were playing that for a while. The Harvest Moon Days HM Farm. Oh yeah! I remember HM Farm too, actually. There was some good stuff for those back in the days. I feel like there's not enough websites anymore. We need to make it normal to just build websites for fucking everything again. No more, like, building a Facebook page. Fuck that. We need custom-built websites built and maintained by individuals. The internet needs to be more diversified and split up again. They're Discords now. God, it's the worst place for them. Because they're not searchable or persistent then. Like, they can't be meaningfully archived. I mean, we're gonna get really bit in the ass when Discord eventually falls out of relevance, because we're gonna lose so much information and content. I mean, the community aspect is great, but I wouldn't put anything on there that, like, I only kept on there. No more Discords and Reddit pages, free me. Yeah, seriously, I just want it to go back to separate websites. I know no one wants to make them anymore, but, like, there's risks with putting all of our eggs in, like, 2 baskets. Also, yeah, the social anxiety. I don't want to have to go have a conversation with people for everything. I didn't mind forums as much because it was, like, more asynchronous conversation. It didn't feel so real time. Bring back forums. Oh, speaking of bring back forums, me and a friend built a forum called People Town that we were going to try to replace all of our social media usage with. I don't think anyone's really using it anymore. If you guys want to use it, though, you can go use our forum. Yeah, I was the last person to post in April. Peopletown.fun. It got a little activity for a minute. We just wanted to bring back forums. It was novel for a minute. Yeah, I don't know. I miss the way the internet used to be. It was so hard to find anything though. But like everyone was building like weird websites with like cool designs. People were making like tiny fan sites for different characters. They would often call them shrines. You'd build like a really small website with like 4 pages of information on a character, maybe some images, maybe some like information, and you'd call it like a shrine to that character, and then you'd get people to link to it. Or like sign up as like a fan listing. I don't know if anyone remembers any of this shit. I sure do. I was big into like building GeoCities websites back in the day. Alright, a 2-star vegetable for Rosie. Gonna have to work on that. Do I have a 2-star vegetable? I do not. Maybe at my house. Or maybe I'll have to grow one. Okay, this is gonna sound insane, but for a while before I had like the capital and ability to purchase my own domain or have one, I had my personal like website hosted on a Final Fantasy domain. It was not the one with the Final Fantasy house, but I believe that the people who owned the one that I was like able to put my stuff on, they knew the people from the Final Fantasy house. That was like an affiliated website that like the one I was on linked to, and those people knew each other. I just feel like I was slightly too close to the Final Fantasy house. I don't like that like in my youth I was adjacent to it. I felt like I was a neighbor almost. We're talking about the insane Final Fantasy house, right? The one where all the people moved in and like real life role played as the characters and it went like really south. Like I'm pretty sure I didn't know any of those people, but I knew people who knew those people, and I think that's terrifying. I read up on it one time and I started seeing like names and websites that I was familiar with, and I was like, wait, fuck, I've heard of these. Thank God I wasn't crazy. And I didn't get looped into any Final Fantasy houses. Okay, my watering can's actually full. Are you guys watered? No. Yeah, NeoCities is kind of popping off these days. There's been a desire to return to that style of, like, random personal website. The heck is this site about? If you're talking about peopletown.fun, it's not really about anything, it's just a general use forum. But yeah, there's like an archive somewhere of like all of the information about the Final Fantasy house that you can still go read up on. I dive into some of those rabbit holes reading up on like weird internet history. Yeah, peopletown.fun. It's like just a forum for posting stuff. Yeah, me and Haley Palumbo, who made some of the music for my like BRB music and my starting stream music, we decided bring back forums, and then we made a forum. You can post art, music, photos, screenshots, video game talk. You just make threads and talk about stuff. Everyone quit using it, but at one point it had like 10 people on it, so you know, pretty exciting. Forums should be specialized, but the reason why she wanted to make it was because she wanted to stop using all other social media and have this become her social media. Which, you know, general conversation. Also, it's town-themed. It's the people town, where the people live. Me and Haley are the co-mayors of People Town. And you could be a citizen, if you wanted to be. Crab stuck behind the furniture in the Final Fantasy house, scratching and clawing away. I just got trapped back there. Alright, let me put these vegetables away. The Final Fantasy house scares the hell out of me. Okay, I do have the stuff to make rhubarb pie. Okay, I have to grow a 2-star vegetable. I think at this point my quests are going to require further time and pondering. I might wrap up my stream and raid out and get out of here. It's like going on 3 hours and, you know, I'm tired of talking and I have to pee forever. For some reason. Probably not from drinking all that water. Alright, I'll find someone to raid. I'll see if I can find maybe like another Eldenwood streamer. That's gonna be my first attempt, and then we'll see where it goes from there. See who's live. Okay. I feel like that was unnecessary.
Big B50
that feels
just
targeted.
redeemed Water the Crab. Mini hydrate, 3 ounces.
Love Palm Top, thank you for the follow. And I guess thank you for the water. I'm not sure how thankful I am, but
Love Palm Top just followed.
Alright, let's see what we got. Oh yeah, Destiny, thank you for hanging out. You were here like almost the whole time. I appreciate it. Always glad to see new people popping in and hanging out. Alright, let's see. Looks like Ravi Plays Games is playing Bitcraft. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do some Bitcraft. I need to get back into Bitcraft too. Especially now that there's actually a Discord server for our little settlement. But yeah, I appreciate everyone hanging out for this one. And hopefully I can find some other games to play. I would love there to be an MMO in the future, but man, I don't know. Bitcraft might be it for right now for me. Alright. Ravi Plays Games. Alright, let's get this raid set up and get you guys out of here before anyone tries to give me any more water. Oh, quiet. Hey. I'm on my way out. If only it was a forum. Yeah. If only.
VT just redeemed.
At least we have a place to talk again, though. We can, like, organize settlement stuff, so. Alright, well, everyone's putting stuff on my face. The raid is going to happen. I'm going to leave you all
VT just redeemed
for more Bitcraft, and I'll probably be live again on Monday. Okay. Alright, hold on. I'll drink the water real quick. Unbelievable.
VT just redeemed Water the Crab. Mini hydrate, 3 ounces.
Alright, come on. There's a timer on the raid button. I have to hit the raid now button.
The Grey Count just redeemed Water the Crab. Mini hydrate, 3 ounces.
I'm drinking the water. Come on. Okay. Alright. Alright. I drank the 6 ounces of additional water, and now the raid is happening, and stop it! Damn it! Okay, I'll drink it real quick.
Big B50 just redeemed Water the Crab. Mini hydrate, 3 ounces.
Alright, I'm leaving.